if you're watching this video, you can be rest assured that the Squier survived its operation. If you saw my other video, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was about getting this lowly Korean era Squier, which had a reputation for having a wonderful neck and a really awful electronics. This was exactly as described. To see if I could turn it into a really nice playing, sounding, feeling, all of that. And so basically to sell it on to someone who wants a vintage Fender but can't afford a vintage Fender at all. So what I did do, as discussed, I got some fairly economical Alnico pickups, which I actually did hot rod. I've put an iron load under the treble side. That softens the attack of the treble side a little bit. Maybe gives it a bit more bass. It's a little bit hard to say for sure. I think it did improve the tone a little bit. I do find Precisions to be a bit lopsided, where the treble seems to be quite trebly and the bass is sometimes a bit thuddy. I put CTS pots in it. I had to do a little bit of routing to fit these pots in, because rather than the mini pots, and a switchcraft jack. I put a 500k volume. That just gives you that little bit more top end full open. If you want it to sound more like the normal 250k pot, just take it back to 9 instead of 10, and it's a bit like that. I used a big green Russian capacitor because I've got lots of them. So everything was shielded. Instrument was reassembled. I had to shim back the neck with one of these Stuart McDonald tapered neck shims. That enabled me to make the action quite nice without scratching all your hands up and everything. I also, because I wanted it to be a little bit Roger Waters, a bit Steve Harris if you like, a bit Donald Duck Dunn, I put stainless flats on it, because again they just have that classic sound, and it'll last forever that way. If someone ever wants to restring it again, they'll get away with it. So how does it sound? Of course everyone wants to know that. Bear in mind, I've just got a tiny little amp over there. I've EQ'd it. I've just taken a bit of treble out of the amp, and that's all. It's only a little 10-inch speaker, and I've not done massive EQing to make it sound like a such and such. It's just an honest little amp. So it goes. So, and up here, with a good response and pretty good tuning stability. Tuning stability. Name that tune if you know it. Yeah, so that's with everything fully open with a plectrum. What I'll now do, I'll just turn the microphone away, and you'll get more of the amp. You'll also hear a bit of reflection off that wall over there. Can't help that. And I'll play it a few different ways. Meanwhile, Sounds well much like a precision bass to me, and it has a good feel. It definitely feels more than the money that was spent on it, I guess. And it's a lovely. It's now a lovely sort of instrument, and you could put it on the road. There's absolutely no buzz. Hang on, no buzz at all. So it's very well shielded. I got that right somehow. And you could flog this instrument on a sweaty bar or whatever, if we were ever allowed to play on bars again. You could do that, or you could record at home. Again, it's very quiet, and no one would not know it's a, hey, that sounds like a Squier. No, it's a, it just sounds like a great Fender. All right, I think the experiment was a success. Comment if you wish. Someone's going to make a comment about my amp EQ settings, I'm sure. But I'm not advertising an amplifier. All right, I will see you with the next project at some point. All right, ta-ta.